Hello and welcome to the Indiannica Quiz League. My name is Joy Bhattacharya and this is India's first all-format digital quiz, national quiz for schools. We have had thousands of participants coming in from around the country and we have zoomed in to our top 48 teams from around the country. This is a South Zone Semi-Final, the second of the South Zone Semi-Finals, and 3 of these 6 teams are going to make it to the South Zone Final. Without any further ado, let's go and meet our 6 teams for the day. Our first team for the day is Presidency College, Bangalore, and they are represented by Deepak Nayak and Vedant Santosh Shinde. Deepak, I believe you're a very, very avid quizzer. What's your favorite quiz moment? Have you won a quiz that you're really, really proud of?
Yeah, there are a few quizzes which I won and I'm quite proud of that. But still there is more time and I need to win more.
I'm sure you will win more. This is where your journey starts, Deepak. This is actually a big quiz for you as well. And Vedant, I believe you're interested in architecture. Which is the Bangalore building that you find most interesting in terms of architecture?
There are many buildings that I find architecturally interesting, but I think the Vedant Sauda is actually really inspiring in terms of architecture because you can see quite a lot of architecture styles blending in together right there. It's a hub for many styles, you can say.
Wonderful. I think that's wonderful that at this age you're interested in architecture and it's a very, very proud legacy. All the very best, Presidency Bangalore. We move on to our next team and they are Naipunya Public School from Kochi and they're represented by Hiba Zain Aziz and Neo Sebastian. Hiba, I know you love staying in the city of Kochi. What makes Kochi so special?
Kochi is special because I'm living in here and one of the main things is that it's like a place where everything is there. There is nature. It's like a metropolitan city also. There are backwaters, lagoons, and many other things which makes Kochi so special.
I completely agree with you. I've visited there and I find one of the most fascinating cities. It also has a great arts and culture with the Kochi Biennale, which happens every year. That's fantastic as well. Neo, what about you? Do you enjoy any particular sport? Is there a sport that you're fond of or game that you're particularly fond of on the internet?
I enjoy the sport football and I play a lot of online games too.
All the very best, Kochi. We move on to our next team and that's St. Thomas Residential from Trivandrum, further south from Kochi, and they're represented by Siddharth and Nakul. Siddharth, welcome to the quiz. Tell me, what's your favorite book? What's the last book you've read that you've really enjoyed?
The last book that I read and I really enjoyed was Hidden in Plain Sight. It's about a detective called William Warwick and it's written by Jeffrey Archer.
This sounds absolutely fascinating. I hope our quiz today is just as interesting as the book you're talking about. Nakul, you have a very interesting history. I believe you, before staying in Trivandrum, you stayed in a beautiful place. Where did you stay in before you came here, Nakul?
I stayed in Maldives. It's near the south of India.
So I just wanted to ask you that after the Maldives must be really, really beautiful. Is it a bit of a downer to stay in Trivandrum or are you loving Trivandrum?
I love Trivandrum and Maldives, but Trivandrum is totally different. It's very different, but I like both. And in Maldives, you get so many islands and resorts, but in Maldives, it's like a land.
Absolutely. Okay. Wonderful. It's lovely to love both cultures, enjoy both sides of it, and yet enjoy where you're staying right now. All the very best, St. Thomas Residential. We move on to our next school, BGN Chinmaya Vidyalaya from Chennai, and they're represented by Rizkriti and GR Vedant. Rizkriti, tell me, what is the last book that you've read that you've really enjoyed?
The last book I've read was The Scarlet Thread, Sherlock Holmes. And I really enjoyed it because I liked the way Sherlock found out the thieves and the murderer.
Studying Scarlet. It's a lovely book. I enjoyed it as well. And Sherlock Holmes is one of my favorite detectives. Vedant, do you watch any television or do you prefer watching YouTube? What do you watch?
I prefer watching YouTube.
And is there anything particular that you really enjoy watching? Tell me the truth.
I really enjoy doing some space experiment, space research videos and NASA, SpaceX and planets.
NASA, SpaceX, planets. I hope your quiz ambitions today are just as high as those spacecraft that NASA is sending up right now. Well done, Vedant, VG and Chinmay Vidyalaya. All the very best for the quiz. We move on to our next team. And that's
Thank you,
Johnson
sir.
Grammar School from Hyderabad, represented by Kanak and Taruni. Kanak, how do you spend your spare time? If I came to Hyderabad, what would you tell me is the most interesting thing to do there?
The most interesting thing in Hyderabad is, of course, visiting Charminar, and it's really a good place. Most of the tourists come to Hyderabad for seeing Charminar and the Golconda Fort.
Charminar and the Golconda Fort. So you've set me a schedule. Taruni, she's talked about where I need to go and see. What can I go and eat? What is the best food to eat? What is the food you enjoy eating in Hyderabad, Taruni?
That's Paradise Biryani and Ramki Vandi Dosa.
Sounds like a perfect combination. I hope the two of you combine just as well in today's quiz and do really well. All the very best, Johnson Grammar School, Hyderabad. We move on to our last team for the day, and that's International Delhi Public School from Amalapuram, and they are represented by Saindavi and N. Siri. Saindavi, what do you do in your spare time? Is there a particular song you like? Any musicians you like?
Yes, I like English songs.
She likes Hindi songs. Very good. What about you, Siri? What do you like? What do you enjoy watching on your tube?
Watching about science.
So you're interested in science. I think that's a great combination to have. Saindavi is interested in Hindi film music. Siri is interested in songs. Together, I hope they make great music in this quiz. So those are our 6 teams today. Let's go straight into round number 1. Each team will get a thematic grid of letters, and within those letters, 5 names are hidden. You've got 45 seconds to pick out the 5 correct ones. They could be horizontal, they could be vertical, they could also be diagonal, and sometimes the letters overlap. 5 points for every correct answer, no negatives, so you can answer all you like, and plus 10 bonus points if you get all 5 correct answers. Let's go straight to team number 1. Team number 1, your grid coming up now. Team number 1, Presidency Bangalore, your grid coming up now, and your subject is trees. 5 trees are hidden in this grid. Populate the grid, please. Your time starts now.
I can see maple, so I'm going to go with maple. I can see pine.
Maple.
I can say teak.
Maple, I heard pine, I heard teak very quickly. 2 left.
Sal.
Sorry?
Sal.
Sal. 1 left to find. Plenty of time. Just one tree left. Well answered. You got the first 4 within about 10 seconds, but the one that you missed out was hiding in plain sight, coming down. It was OAK, oak, in the second row, and that's what you missed out on. Bad luck, Presidency. You did very well for yourself. Just that one missed out. Remember, 20 is still an excellent score. 20 is still a very, very good score, and there's a lot of time in the quiz. Let's move straight to team number 2. Naipunia Public School from Kochi, and your subject is mountains. 5 names of mountain ranges hidden out there. Populate the grid, please. Your time starts now.
This, I found Andes.
Urals.
Andes, okay. Urals.
Atlas.
Atlas, good one. Atlas. 2 to go. Plenty of time. Keep going. Don't. Alps, I heard Alps. Well done. Just 1 to go. It's a small mountain in America.
Elk.
Elk. What a terrific answer. Elk is a really superb answer. 35 points to you, Kochi. And I'll have to tell you that when I had a look at this grid, I said 20 points I'm sure Kochi will get. But can they get that extra 1? Because very few know that elk is also a mountain range in the United States of America. You answered that, and I thought that was a superb answer. Well done, Naipunia, Kochi. That deserves the 35 points you've got. You move straight to the next team. Well done. St. Thomas Residential Trivandrum. Lots of good answering happening so far. I hope you get a good subject as well. And your subject now is football terms. I'm sure you're going to do well with this one. And populate the grid, please. Your time starts now. 5 football terms.
Goal, foul, save, pass.
Save, pass.
Goal, foul, save. Yes, anything
Pass.
else you said? Pass.
Save.
One more.
Kick, pick, save, pass,
Kick.
Kick.
Kick, you said, and you answered it within 15 seconds. You just cleaned this grid. It was almost like, Manchester City or Manchester United was playing a local team from the town. It was absolutely superb. You cleaned out this grid in 15 seconds flat. 35 points for you. Well done, St. Thomas Residential. And we go straight to our next team. PG and Chinmaya Vidyalaya, 2 high-scoring teams just before you. I'm sure you will get your results as well. Here's your subject. Your subject is tools. 5 tools hidden in this grid. Populate the grid, please. VGN, your time starts now.
Drill. Screw.
Drill. Drill. Sorry. Screw. Axe. I heard. Saw.
Saw.
Yeah, I got that. Yes, axe I got. There's just one left after that. Axe. Sorry?
Anvil.
Anvil. Well done. Well done. It is the anvil. Great answer there. 35 points to VG and Chinmaya as well. Anvil was not the easiest of answers to get, but they got it perfectly. Superbly done. 35 points to you as well. We move on to our next team. Johnson Grammar School, Hyderabad. Let's see what your subject is. Musical instruments. 5 names of musical instruments hidden out there. Populate the grid, please. Johnson, your time starts now.
Piano.
Bell.
Piano.
Bell.
Bell. Yes. Plenty of time. Keep going. Don't worry. You got piano and bell so far. You can go diagonal, you can go vertical, you can go horizontal. You got piano and bell. Keep going. Come on, keep guessing. Come on, just a few more seconds. Come on, one more. Bad luck, Johnson Grammar. You got 2 very good answers. You got bell and piano. The remaining ones out there were banjo, bongo, which is diagonal, and oud, which is a Middle Eastern instrument. That was a bit tough, but I thought you could have got banjo and bongo as well. Bad luck there. You got 2 there, but 10 solid points to you. That means you're on the scoreboard, and that's all that's important. There are 3 rounds to make up. Johnson Grammar, that was your set, and we move on to our last team for this round. And the last team to be taking this grid is International Delhi Public School, Amalapuram, and your subject is Indian companies. 5 Indian companies are hidden in this grid. Just identify it. Could you populate the grid, please? The time starts now.
Tata Company.
Tata,
Bajaj.
okay. Bajaj.
Bajaj.
Yes. Keep going.
Hero.
Hero, yes, very good.
Dabur.
Dabur, yes, I heard Dabur. One more.
Gamal.
No, I haven't heard the right one. Very famous company you're missing.
Hama. Hama Company.
No. I'm afraid International Delhi Public School, I couldn't give it to you. You got 4 right, which is a really good performance, 20 points. But you said Gamal, which is not right. The answer I was looking for was Amul. AMUL, Amul, the butter. I know it's there on your breakfast table every morning and you missed it. Anyway, I think 20 points is still a great performance. Don't worry, you got 20 good points out there. And at the end of round one, let's take one quick look at the scores. And what do we have out here? Johnson Grammar School have got off the mark. They're on 10. Lots of line to still make up. International Delhi Public School, Amadapuram is on 20. Presidency School, Bangalore is on 20 as well. Vijay and Chinmay Vidyalaya is on 35, as is St. Thomas Residential, Trivandrum, and Naipunya Public School, Kochi. Those are the three teams in the lead, but there are lots of points to go in our next round. It's called Direct Fire. Let's find out what it's all about. In Direct Fire, we have 2 cycles of play. Each team gets a total of 2 assigned questions. Other teams can buzz in at any point, but the first opportunity to answer goes to the assigned team. They can get 10 points if they answer, 0 points if they don't. If they don't answer it, it goes on the buzzer, and then any team can answer for plus or minus 5. If nobody still gets it, I may still choose to put in some choices and offer it again to all 6 teams. Okay? Those are the rules. Lots of points at stake. Let's find out what happens with Team 1 in Direct Fire. Team 1, your direct question coming up now. It's Presidency School, Bangalore, and here's your direct question. Presidency, who is the first Indian captain to win all 3 ICC trophies? World T20, World Cup, and Champions Trophy.
MS Dhoni, yeah.
MS Dhoni, you said. Of course it is MS Dhoni. He's one of the most amazing captains India has had. He's won it in 2007 with the T20 World Cup, then the World Cup in 2010, and then the Champions Trophy in 2013. He's had some amazing performances for India. That's MS Dhoni. 10 points to you. Let's move straight to team number 2. Team number 2, Naipunya School, Kochi. Here's your question. Which car company is named after a faithful devotee of Lord Rama? No, I'm afraid, Kochi. I'm passing you on the buzzer. First, it's Vedant from Presidency.
I think the answer is Maruti.
You think absolutely right, Vedant. I know you have a deliberate way of giving the answer. Maruti Udyog is absolutely right. You get yourself plus 5 points. And we go straight to team number 3 for their question. St. Thomas Residential, this is your question coming up now. Which ancient Sanskrit treatise on economic policy and statecraft was authored by Kautilya?
Arthashastra.
Arthashastra, Siddharth, Kumar, Gopal, so many books you have read. I'll tell you one thing, Arthashastra is as interesting a book as you will ever read. Superb answering there. Let's move straight to the next question. It's Vijay and Chinmay Vidyalaya, and your question is as follows. In 2018, global retail giant Walmart acquired a controlling stake in which Indian e-commerce platform started by Sachin and Binny Bansal? You've all heard of this. E-commerce. Take a guess. You have no negatives, remember. No, Chinmaya, I'm passing you, and St. Thomas Residential is first on the buzzer. St. Thomas, your answer.
Flipkart.
Flipkart is correct. It is Flipkart. It's the e-commerce giant Flipkart. Great answer there. Plus 5 to you. And we go straight to our next team, Johnson Grammar School. Here's your direct question. Let's take a look. Which fictional town created by author R.K. Narayan was home to Swami and his friends?
Malgudi.
Malgudi, I got it on time. Malgudi it was. Both of you girls were trying. Malgudi is the correct answer. Well done. 10 points to you. And the last of the clockwise rounds, this question coming up to team number 6. Let's see what we have for them. International Delhi Public School, Amalapuram. This is what your question looks like. Which lethal virus causing hemorrhagic fever gets its name from an African river? You've all heard about this. Saudi International School passing you, and the first on the buzzer is Deepak Nair from Presidency. Do you have an answer for me, Deepak?
Ebola.
Ebola is absolutely correct. +5 for you. International Public School, bad luck, you missed this, but don't worry. The next question is also yours. It's a direct question coming straight to you. So here's your next question as we go counterclockwise now. International Public School, Delhi. This is your visual question. Identify the famous painter who hails from Travancore in Kerala. Just have a look at this painting. This is not the painting. This is a picture of the man. Very, very famous painter from Kerala. Can you identify him? No, I'm sorry. I have to pass you. And on the buzzer first is Neo Sebastian from Kochi. Do you have an answer for me?
Raja Ravi Verma.
Raja Ravi Verma. You said that in a tone where you're almost questioning whether it was right or wrong. It is correct. You get yourself 5 good points out there. Good answer. It is Raja Ravi Verma. And we go straight to team number 5. Team number 5, your question coming up now. And it's Johnson Grammar School, Hyderabad. You gave a good answer the last time. Let's see what you do with your visual question. What is this Nobel Prize winning astrophysicist after whom, just who is this Nobel Prize winning astrophysicist after whom NASA has named a flagship space telescope? He's a very famous person. Take a look at him here. Johnson Grammar, any thoughts? No, I'm sorry, I can't give you any more time. Bad luck there, Johnson Grammar. And it goes on the buzzer to Siddharth Kumar of St. Thomas School, Presidential School. St. Thomas, you have an answer.
Edwin Hubble.
Edwin Hubble. It's not the Hubble telescope. I'm sorry, you take negatives on that as well. Any other team on the buzzer? Has any other team hit the buzzer? Nobody has answered it, so I'm going to go straight and offer the options. All 6 teams can buzz in again. Here are your 4 options. And Siddharth Kumar has immediately hit it. Siddharth from St. Thomas, do you have an answer for me?
S. Chandrasekhar.
Yes, it is. This time you got it right and you made up the -5 that you got last time. You got yourself +5 again. Well done. You recovered and your friend Nakul is also very happy about your recovery. Well done, boys. I like it when you come back and you hit well in your second innings. Okay, the next question, the next direct VGN Chinmay Vidyalaya. Viskriti and Vedant, here's your visual question. This is a model of which colonial prison situated in Port Blair? What's the name of this prison? No, I'm afraid I haven't got an answer. First on the buzzer is Hiba Zaina from Kochi. Do you have an answer from me?
Yes, sir. Kala Pani.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's Kala Pani. This is the cellular jail where so many of our freedom fighters were incarcerated. Very, very good answer there. Kala Pani or cellular jail is the answer I'll accept. Well done there. +5 to you. And we go to our next visual question. St. Thomas Residential Trivandrum. Here's your question. Identify this monument constructed by Quli Qutub Shah in 1591.
Charminar.
Of course, it is the Charminar. The team from Hyderabad must be smiling at their luck that you managed to get yourself the Charminar to answer. It is the Charminar, one of Hyderabad's most iconic monuments. +10 to you, and we go on to our next question, and here it comes. It's Niponia School, Kochi, and here's your question. Who is this Italian navigator best known for a journey across the Atlantic that he did in 1492? No negatives, please try. Come on, give me an answer. You missed it. First on the buzzer, Deepak Naik from Presidency. Deepak.
Christopher Columbus.
It is Christopher Columbus. It is Christopher Columbus, of course, 1492. As many people in the world have done, he tried to discover India, ended up discovering America. But it was a it wasn't a costly mistake. It was a very useful mistake for the Western world. Well done there. +5 to you. Christopher Columbus it is. And we move to, I think, what is the last of our digital questions. visual questions. It's to Presidency School, Bangalore, and here's your question. Identify this mythical animal that has a spirally grooved horn on its forehead that symbolizes good luck.
Look, I think we can go with unicorn.
Unicorn.
Absolutely. I love the way you two discussed it. It is the unicorn. I like the way that you're consulting each other before giving answers. It is the unicorn, a mythical beast. And of course, now you see it in so many of our fantasy novels as well. This has been a tumultuous round of quizzing. There have been a few questions answered in the direct, but a lot of bonuses as well. So let's see what's happened in this round of quizzing. The scores. That's what it's looking like right now. International Public School, Amalapuram is on 20. Johnson Grammar School is on 20. Vijay and Chinmay Vidyalaya is on 35. Naipurnia Public School is on 45. Presidency is on 55. St. Thomas is on 60. Remember, the top 3 teams qualified. That means everyone right now has a chance. And they have even more of a chance because our next round, Super Sixer, is a very high scoring round. You can get 40 points or you can get 0 points. So you need to play very carefully. Let's find out more about our next round. It's called Super Sixer. Each team gets a thematic grid of 9 tiles, okay? 6 of them are correct, 3 of them are not. You have to pick your choices, and for every correct choice, you get 5 points. Remember one thing though, 1 incorrect choice and you go back to 0. The plus point out here is teams you can discuss, and later you can come back and remove choices if you want to, and at any time you can quit. So you can quit after answering 2, 3, 4, as many as you want to. And if you get all 6 though, you will get not just 30, but 10 bonus points. You go straight up to 40. Okay. So it's a big, big one there. Let's go straight. We're going anti-clockwise. We start Super Sixes with International Public School, Amalapuram. Your subject is fruits. And remember very carefully the definition of fruits. Think of your biology book, the definition of fruits. There are 6 fruits in this. There are 3 which are not fruits. Okay. Here's your grid. Your time starts now.
Lime.
Lime. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Capsicum.
Think of the definition. Capsicum. Keep going.
Olive.
Olive.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Remember, you can change or quit anytime if you're not sure. You want to change anything? Are you okay?
Cucumber.
Cucumber, you said. I took cucumber. That was the last thing you said. And let's have a look at how you've done. Remember, the thing to remember out here is anything that has seeds is a fruit. That's the definition of a fruit. Let's say how you've done. Capsicum, correct or not? Correct. That's 5. Olive, correct or not? Correct. It has a big pitch. Plus 5. Cucumber, correct or not? Correct. 15 so far. Lime, correct or not? Correct. If sweet potato is right, you get 25. If it's wrong, you go back to 0. Let's see if it's right or wrong. Sweet potato. I'm so sorry. Sweet potato is the one that you shouldn't have tried. Tomato and brinjal are the other correct answers. The other mistakes there were carrot and onion. Bad luck there. You just chose one too many, but it was a very brave performance, International Public School, Amalapuram. And anyone watching will see that it was a very tough one and you did really well for yourself. Well done. Anyway, we move on to the next team. And it's Johnson Grammar School, Hyderabad. You've seen how to play. Play it carefully. Play it smartly. Okay? Your subject is units named after scientists. These are units in science named after scientists. Your grid is populated now. Here is the grid. Your time starts now. Pick out the units. Yeah? I didn't hear it. Repeat, please.
Newton.
Newton. Okay.
Celsius.
Celsius.
Ampere.
Ampere. Sorry, Hearth, you said Hearth. You can quit, you can change, you can keep going. You don't want to Sorry, Pascal, you said Pascal.
And even ozone. We said
Sorry,
ozone also.
that was after, so I'll just accept these 5. The ones I heard were Newton, Celsius, Ampere, Hertz, and Pascal. Let's start with Newton. Correct or not? Correct. +5. Celsius. Correct or not? +10. Ampere. Correct or not? Correct. 15. Hertz. Correct or not? Correct. 20. If Pascal's right, you get yourself 25. If it's wrong, you go straight back to 0. And let's check Pascal. Well done, 25 points, and I think that's a terrific performance. The other correct one, obviously, on this board is, and I'm glad you didn't try because the other correct one is Faraday, vector, drone, and boson were wrong. I'm going to give you 25 points and move on to our next one. Vijay Chinmay Vidyalaya, Chennai, and your subject is rivers that flow into the Bay of Bengal. Okay. And here are your 9 choices. Your time starts now. Brahmaputra.
Ganga.
Ganga.
Kaveri.
Kaveri.
Mahanadi.
Mahanadi.
Krishna.
Krishna.
Narmada.
Narmada. You've got 6. Do you want to lock it? Do you want to change anything? Remember, that's 7. Do you want to change anyone?
No.
If I put, which one do you want to take out? Is this fine? Or should I lock it? Or do you want to change?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to lock it. Okay, here goes. You tried Brahmaputra. Correct or not? Of course, Brahmaputra comes all the way down, going through many countries. It's the Ganga next, of course, and Ganga, of course, is from the Gangotri Glacier, and it empties into the Bay of Bengal. Next up is the Mahanadi. Correct, the Mahanadi in Orissa. The Kaveri, of course, which you'll know a lot about. Sorry, you went with the Krishna. We'll go with the Kaveri next. And you tried Narmada after that. Narmada goes to the west. The Godavari goes to the east. You wanted to change it. I offered you the option, but you didn't change. Bad luck there. No points for you in this round. It was a very brave try. You got 5 right, but unfortunately, that 6th one cost you all the points. We move straight to our next team. St. Thomas Residential, you can see how this round is going. You need to play this very carefully and smartly. Here are your subjects. Your subject is the avatars of Vishnu. And here are the 9 names in the grid. Your time starts now. Kalki.
Kalki, Sri Krishna, Sri Rama,
Narasimha, Parashurama.
Hold on. Kalki,
Sri Rama,
Narasimha, Sri Rama,
Sri Krishna, Narasimha,
Parashurama. You've got 6. You want to change anything, or you can lock it? You can lock it. Only 6 are correct.
There is only 5. There is only 5, right?
5. Okay, Varaha. Varaha is your next one. Yeah. You've got 6. You want to lock now?
Yes.
Okay, you're confident? Okay, I'm going to lock it at 9. And these were your 6 choices, and you locked it after that. Okay, you didn't want to think anymore. Let's have a look. Kalki, correct or not? Correct. Sri Ram, correct or not? Of course, it's correct. As is Sri Krishna. Narasimha, of course, is the avatar who went there. It's a famous avatar, not neither here nor there. You know, neither in day nor night. Saving Prahlad out there. Then there's Parashurama. Is that right or not? Parashurama is correct. And your last choice is Varaha. You get this, it's 40. You miss it, it's 0. Varaha was your last choice. Let's see what it is. Right or not? 40 points to you. Well done, St. Thomas. I can see the happiness and joy in your faces. Fabulous answer. You got something that you are very confident of, but I like the way you played it. You played it confidently and you played it very well. Plus 40 to you. Our next team coming up now, Naipunya Kochi. One very high scoring round, some other difficult rounds. Let's see what your subject is all about. Indian cities with a metro rail. So I think you have an advantage as it is Kochi. Let's see how you do with your grid. Here's the grid. Kochi, your time starts now.
Kochi.
Kochi.
New Delhi.
New Delhi.
Kolkata.
Bangalore.
Kolkata.
Bangalore.
I heard Bangalore as well.
Yes.
What about Hyderabad?
Hyderabad. Take Hyderabad.
You want to try Hyderabad? The rest, it's
Yes,
up to you.
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad?
Yes.
Okay.
Visa. Take visa.
Which one? I think we can lock.
You can quit at any point also
Sure.
if you want to.
Do you have any doubts, like Neo?
Yeah, I will little doubt between Lucknow.
Then let's lock here.
Okay, we'll lock.
Okay, you locked it. You said you're not going to take a doubt on the 6th. So let's see the choices you chose. You chose Kochi, of course, which I'm sure you know you will not make a mistake about. Kochi is correct. Kolkata is the first metro in India. That's Kolkata. That's, of course, the first metro that started in India. You tried New Delhi, which has one of the most extensive metro lines. You tried Bangalore. And you tried, if you get this, it's 25. You don't get it, it's 0. Are you confident? Kiba, look at me. And Hyderabad is correct. 25 points to you. Well done. Are you relieved now? Hiba wouldn't even look at the screen because she didn't want to see that red out there. Well, you got yourself 25 points. Well done. The one that you missed out on, let's have a look at the complete grid. Here are the ones with the mistakes. Bhubaneswar, Jodhpur and Vizag don't have. Lucknow has a metro. But you were smart, you were not sure. And when you're not sure, it's best to play safe and keep those points. 25 points to you. Naipunya Public School, Kochi, well played. And we go on to our next team. This is your Super Sixer, Presidency Bangalore. Your subject is IPL 2020 captains. Okay. Now they have to have captained a team during 2020 IPL, not before, not after, in just this 2020 tournament. Okay. Here's your grid. Your time starts now.
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul, of course.
Shreyas Iyer.
Sorry, repeat that.
Shreyas Iyer.
I can't hear. Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah.
David Warner.
David Warner.
Owen Morgan.
Owen Morgan.
Rohit Sharma.
And Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. Okay, you got 6. Do you want to make any changes? You want to lock? What do you want to do?
None. Perfect.
Yeah, looks pretty right. I'm just a bit worried about Eon Morgan. He captained only for one match, right? One or two.
Oh, he captained for half the tournament after.
Okay, fine. So confident, then let's do it.
Okay, lots of discussion there. They were sure, not sure, but I love it because teams, this is why it's a team game. You need to discuss with each other. You need to figure out what's going on. And Presidency School Bangalore did a lot of discussion. Will it work or will it not? Were they sure about the decision? Let's go. Of course, they know everything about KL Rahul. KL Rahul obviously is from Bangalore. They'll never get that wrong. Shreyas Iyer, the captain of Delhi. Steve Smith captained the Rajasthan Royals. David Warner was very good for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Rohit Sharma won the trophy, obviously, for the Mumbai Indians. And now, if you're right about Owen Morgan, you get 40 points. If you're wrong, go straight to 0. So it's Owen Morgan. 40 points for you. Owen Morgan took over captaincy. It didn't matter whether he captained one match or 5. He took over captaincy from Dinesh Karthik and he captained it for the rest of the series. Owen Morgan is correct. You got yourself Presidency Bangalore 40 points, which means a lot of things have happened in the Super 6 round. Let's have a look at the scores and find out what exactly is going to happen before the last round. Remember, 3 teams are going to go through, so there's a lot still at stake. International Public School, Amarapuram, you're in 20, but you can make up. There's 60 points potential you can get and still qualify. BGN Chennai Vidyalaya, you're in 35, you're still within striking range. Johnson Grammar on 45 is close as well. Naipunya Public School, Kochi, 70. Presidency, Bangalore on 95. But leading at this point with a century is St. Thomas Residential from Trivandrum. That sets it up beautifully for our last round, where you can get plus 10 or minus 10 on 6 questions, 60 points at stake. In our final round, it's called the final countdown. So that's the final countdown. 6 direct questions, all open the buzzer. 10 points for a correct answer and minus 10 for an incorrect answer. Remember, what happens out here is, at whatever point I hear the buzzer go, I will stop the question and ask the team to answer. It's a final countdown. 6 teams here. 3 teams are going to go through 6 questions, 60 points at stake. Here's question number 1. In which modern day country would you find Mohenjo-daro, the home of one of India's most ancient settlements in the world? Deepak from Presidency has buzzed first. Deepak, Presidency.
Pakistan.
Yes. Pakistan it is. The human settlements at Mohenjo-daro are among the oldest in the world. Great answer there. Plus 10 for you. Next question coming up. Also known as the thigh bone, which is the largest bone in the human body? And the first on the buzzer is Kanak from Johnson Grammar.
Femur.
Femur is correct. Plus 10 to you. Does it make a difference? Johnson Grammar is making a bit of a run out here. Johnson Grammar, if you answered a few more, you are going to be in contention right now. Okay, question number 3 coming up. Which vehicle, which is very common in India, is known as a tuk-tuk in the rest of Southeast Asia? And the first on the buzzer is Nakul. Nakul, you have an answer.
Auto rickshaw.
Auto rickshaw, of course. Auto rickshaws are called tuk-tuks in so many countries in Southeast Asia. Well done. Great answer. Question number 4. What can happen now? Johnson Grammar is hot on the heels of Naipunya. Presidency and Bangalore and St. Thomas are in the lead. Let's see what happens with our next question. Named after a demon king, which South Indian city is famous for its sandal products? Named after a demon king, which South Indian city is famous for its sandal products? And first on the buzzer is Presidency. Presidency, do you have an answer?
Mysore.
Mysore or Mysuru it is. Correct. 10 points to you, Presidency. You've also gone into the century mode as well. 2 questions to go. First one coming up. Question number 5. In which instrument was child prodigy U. Srinivasan an expert? Which instrument did U. Srinivasan play? And the first to buzz is Siddharth from St. Thomas. Siddharth.
Mandolin.
Yes, of course. He was known as Mandolin Srinivasan as well. Terrific answer there. Just 1 question to go. And here's the question. Which famous mammal found mainly in China lives primarily on a... lives primarily, and Neo Sebastian has gone for it. Neo, I need an answer.
The great panda.
What did you say? Your answer was?
The great panda.
The great panda. I am actually going to take away 10 points from you. It's not the great panda. It's the giant panda. Unfortunately, I can't give it to you. But let's see what's happened with all this. 6 questions on the buzzer. Lots has changed. International Public School Amalapuram was on 20. They remained there, unfortunately. Vijay and Chenmaya is on 35. Johnson Grammar, heartbreakingly, did very, very well. They ended up on 55. All three teams have done really well for themselves, and we never leave anyone to end IQL empty-handed. So what they're going to get is each and every one of these teams is going to get e-certificates for their participants, and they're going to get a lovely, lovely shield which they can show in their schools. So teams, you're not going home empty-handed. Among thousands of schools in the country, you are the top 48 and you're all champions, and we'll be giving you e-certificates and a shield for that. And now it's time to look at our top three teams. Hiba and Neo Sebastian from Naipur Public School, Kochi. Well done. Third place for you. You did very, very well. In second place, we have, and they're a team from Bangalore, Deepak and Vedant from Presidency School, Bangalore, who also qualified from this South Zone Delta Semi-Final into the South Zone Finals. And the team that came first and qualified, now they did superbly throughout, are Jeffrey Archer, loving friends from St. Thomas Residential, Trivandrum, Siddharth Kumar and Nakul Syan. Congratulations, you're leading the charge into the South Zone Finals, which is going to be an absolutely fascinating final. So that's been a terrific round in this South Zone second semi-final. Next time we move west with the Indiannica Quiz League, and it'll be a fascinating process to see the Western teams going at it full tilt. Till then, goodbye.